In the words of Mercury, I am hot. In the words of the sun, are you saying I'm not? In the words of Shakespeare, I think that our plot should consist of us together before we cannot. In the words of Elvis, I'm all shook up about this. In the words of George Bush, you are not complying, so I'm gonna have to make a push. Let's start with this. You've got a nice tush, but there are more verses, so in the words of my teacher, shush. In the words of Mel Gibson, I've made some mistakes, but in the words of a gambler, this isn't high stakes, it is forgiveness. That's all that it takes. So in the words of Rand McNally, love me, cross 50 states. In the words of anyone except for OJ, who has been in love. You fit me like a glove. So let's make peace like we are doves. In the words of my boss, you don't like it? Tough. I'm gonna keep on quoting people until you've had enough. In the words of leather, I am buff. And in the words of a dog, you like your men rough. In the words of a tomato, I'll go fruit without you. So saith Horace, it's carpe diem time here. In the words of Roosevelt, the only thing to fear is fear itself. So, in the words of John Deere, just let me mow you from here to next year. In the words of Clark Kent, I must admit, I'm not very eloquent. But, besides saving the world, it's my most important intent. To soon get me and Lois making sweet love in a tent. In the words of a bagel, there's a big hole. In the words of Barry White, it's all in my soul. In the words of Gallup, a popularity poll shows you rejecting me places just below Bob Dole. In the words of an Animal Planet show that I recently heard, we can be like the lovebirds. Or dolphins, if that's what you prefer. In the words of Armstrong, this is one giant step, but the last girl I dated said I looked like Johnny Depp, and that fact alone should give you some pep. In the words of that damn telemarketing rep. So in the words of Red Rover, send yourself on over. Please!